For what purpose does the gentleman from California seek recognition?
Mr. Chair, I have Amendment 62 at the desk.
Clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 62, printed in the Congressional Record, offered by Mr. Lieu of California.
The gentleman from California is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you. This amendment would limit oil and gas leasing on the outer continental shelf if the leases would harm marine mammals. Not only does the Republican bill keep Joe Biden from lowering your gas prices, it also is going to harm marine mammals. So I rise today to try to improve this terrible underlying bill. And what this would do is it would prevent harm to marine mammals if my amendment were adopted. Currently, House Republicans are continuing their attacks on our public lands and public waters. The U.S. is already the world's top producer of oil and gas, and the fossil fuel industry already has large portions of land that they are not using to drill. Of the over 26 million acres of public lands that fossil fuel companies control, half are unused. As a co-chair of the California Coastal Caucus and a member representing the beautiful Los Angeles County coastline, I know that my constituents and I want an end to all offshore oil drilling, not another expansion. In October 2021, an estimated 126,000 gallons of crude oil spilled into our waters off the coast of Huntington Beach. This harmed our beaches, wildlife, and coastal communities. Oil spills continue to be one of the greatest perpetual threats to our coastal communities and marine life. We simply cannot allow an expansion of offshore oil drilling. We need to continue to build on the work of the 117th Congress to drive us towards true energy independence through renewable energies and new technologies. Thank you for your consideration. I ask for adoption of my amendment, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. For what purpose does the gentleman from South Carolina seek recognition?
Mr. Chair, I rise in opposition to this amendment.
Gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
This amendment seeks to delay the operation of the bill pending an unregulated contingency. Let me just say this. I was on Natural Resources Committee for a while, and I think the person in the chair was on that committee as well. And I remember we were talking about seismic testing, and there was this huge outcry that seismic testing would harm marine mammals. And we had a letter on BOEM's website that said that there's not a single verifiable instance anywhere in the world, off the coast of Africa and the Mediterranean, off the coast of the United States, anywhere in the world that a marine mammal was harmed or killed by seismic testing. I just read an article this week, though, that wells are washing up on shore and they believe it might be attributed to offshore wind production. You're going to include that in this? Those are marine mammals. It's just amazing that these amendments are put in place. This amendment invokes an entirely different statute and agency, the Marine Mammal Protection Act and Department of Commerce. I could make the argument that it's not germane. I'm not going to do that. This amendment prohibits the leasing plan from including any track on the outer continental shelf if it would adversely impact marine mammals. Show me where a marine mammal has been killed from oil and gas production or exploration. As I just pointed out, that there's not a single verifiable instance. And ironically, that was during the Obama administration. That was Obama's Bureau of Ocean Energy Management that had the letter on their website, their chief biologist. That was a fun debate in that committee. They were holding up seismic permits. But they would permit a wind farm offshore or a solar panel that was frying birds or knocking endangered species out of the air in a heartbeat, but would let us go after these abundant resources that we had offshore and onshore. This is nothing more than an attempt to delay the implementation of H.R. 21. There's nothing in the bill that changes any laws relating to the protection of marine mammals. It's worth noting that about offshore wind. I urge my colleagues to vote no on this messaging amendment on the other side, and I yield back.
Gentleman